What's up, everybody? How we doing today? I hope that you are well. Does this look foggy to you? I guess I look kind of foggy. What's going on here? I'm going to clean this real quick. I apologize. Give me just 1 second. I guess that's better. I thought I looked a little foggy there. Ganja girl. There we go. So it does look better now, right? I guess it was a little, much better. Sarah! Mickey Whiskers. What's up, Mickey? Mikey. Mickey Whiskers. I couldn't quite see that. Blintopia! Hiya. How you doing? How's everyone today? It is Sunday. Sarah, thank you so much for inviting your followers. I do appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. I hate Miko Grimes. You goddamn right. I love your name, man. It makes you crack up every time I see you pop into the room. What's going on, everyone? How are you all today? I hope you are well. It is a beautiful Sunday here in Las Vegas. The sun is out. It is shining. It is hot. To watch your old videos. Yeah, you can just go to Big Bear Cannabis, Periscope. Well, you can go to BigBearCannabis.tv. That's currently pointing to my Periscope channel. And then here, hopefully within the next week, we're going to launch BigBearCannabis.tv so that when you go to my .tv channel, you can see all of my YouTube and my Periscope videos come into one place. So you'll be able to get to try. So that one is going to go up. That one's going to go up. I had to, so Periscope wasn't keeping videos at that point. Like literally 3 days later, they started keeping videos permanently. I recorded those when at a time when those were still getting deleted within 24 hours, unfortunately. But I have them saved. I've just been meaning to upload them and kind of make one video for my entire trip, so that you guys can watch that all there. But let's jump into this. As you guys already probably know, I'm at Big Bear Cannabis. Over 20 years of hands-on experience. Oh, okay. Troy, yeah, man. Tell him I'll forward him those videos. I've been meaning to forward them to Aaron, and just haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I need to make sure to get that over to them. Barney Bud, what's good? So as you guys know, I'm at Big Bear Cannabis. Over 20 years experience. Started a business in Washington State from the ground up, a marijuana farm. So I love to share. I'm here for all the people that are looking for marijuana news and information. So if you guys wouldn't mind swiping and inviting your friends, your followers, your fans on Twitter, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Thank you so much for that swipe and invite. I do appreciate you. So today we're going to be talking about the differences between indica and sativa. It doesn't get much more marijuana 101 than today's conversation. Ship them. I have a question. I make bong out of bottles, can ship them to all 50 states. So if you are making bongs, I still think that you should say that it's for tobacco use only, even though no one knows what, everyone knows that that's not the case. But because you can't really say that you're making products, there's still some gray area there. It's still kind of frowned upon. Mr. Bacon 365. So let's get into it. Let's jump into it. So today we're going to be talking about indica versus sativa. I'm going to talk about some generalities to really know the generalities. And then we're going to talk about indica. We're going to talk about sativa, plant structure, how it makes you feel, and different stuff like that. So first let's talk about the generalities. Legally, there's no difference, right? Legally, the government sees indica and sativa the same way. It's all cannabis sativa in the government's eyes. So legally, there's really no difference. But really the name of the strain means nothing, right? You can get a Blue Dream, and this is a kind of a different subject, but know that when someone says Blue Dream, that it's not necessarily Blue Dream. For one, everyone's body chemistry is different, right? I can smoke something, and you can smoke the same thing, and we'll have very different experiences sometimes. Now, generally speaking, indica and sativa are generally going to have some similarities, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's start with sativa. Let's talk about the origins of sativa. So sativas were grown closer to the equator. We're looking at like the Caribbean, where it's hotter, the Caribbean, Mexico, southern India, those regions that were closer to the equator and had hotter climates. You're looking at the plant structure being tall, thin leaves, tall plants, much usually taller than sativa plants, and that's because of where it grows, right? They want to reach up to the sun. They don't want to become too dense because it was so hot. So you tend to have airy buds. The bud structure itself is going to be much more loose. If you've seen sativas when they grow, you won't usually have like solid colas. Sometimes you will, but usually when you get those big, dense, solid colas, that's a sign that it's an indica. Again, this is mostly due to region. So what are the effects? What are the effects of sativas? Well, they're going to give you energy. These tend to be more uplifting. This tends to be what you want to smoke during daytime. Daytime use is going to be more your sativas. Right now, I've got this Shatter Sticks, and this is more of a sativa, and this is perfect for daytime medicating because it's going to give you some energy. I don't want to smoke an indica during the day, which we'll get into what indica does here in a minute, but that's going to bring you down a little bit. So sativa is going to be for daytime medicating. If you're someone that struggles with depression, if there's anyone that struggles with depression, sativas are usually better than indicas for them. If you're going to go hiking, to concerts, anything that you need to be active for, daytime medicating type stuff, then you're going to want a sativa. Sativa, think up. So then what's indica? Well, indica, the best way to remember the difference between indica and sativa is indica is in the couch, meaning that it's going to make you feel relaxed. It's going to help with tension and muscle pain. It's going to help you relax and melt into that couch, right? This is more of a body stone type of feel. You're going to feel it in your body more than you will with sativa, which is going to be more mental or more heady high. So the best uses, if you're someone that struggles with insomnia, indica is a great way to medicate in a way that will bring you down and help you relax and maybe help you get some sleep. If you're suffering from anxiety, you usually want to avoid sativas. Sativas can become racy and make you feel anxious. Indicas tend not to do that. So if you're someone that suffers with anxiety, better to chill out, right? To relax and kind of mellow out. And so you're going to want more of a sativa or an indica couch. It's great for pain modulation. If you've had a tough day at work, you want to come home and relax, this is going to be a much better option for you. So let's talk about the plant and the origin itself. So this is the origin that it originates from is going to be, you're looking at like the mountain regions of Afghanistan and India, Pakistan, Tibet, Central Asia is what you're looking for the origin of indica plants. Higher up regions, up in the mountains, colder temperatures. And so what that does is you have a shorter flowering period for indica plants, usually 45 to 60 days, whereas an sativa plant is going to have a much longer flowering cycle. You're looking at probably closer to 60 to 90 days. With indicas, you're going to have shorter, squatty plants, much more dense bud structure, big, fat, broad leaves as far as the structure goes. And again, this has to do with the region that it was grown in, right? You don't have, it gets much colder in the higher up regions in the mountains, and so you're going to find that those plants are going to stay shorter. They're going to stay closer together to keep that heat in, and they're not going to go as long as far as the flowering goes because you need to pick them earlier, right? If you're super up, can you tell by the look of the nug? So this can be a bit difficult as far as how can you tell by the look of the nug? So the best way to look at the nugs is if you, this is generally speaking, generally if you have a big, fat, dense, thick nug and you squeeze it and you can't barely get it down into it, that's generally speaking an indica. Darker in color, those tend to be ways to identify a good indica. Some other ways are smell. The sweeter, danky smells. If you smell it and you think earth, you think danky, like ooh-wee, that kind of ooh-wee kind of smells skunky, then those danky, earthy smells are going to generally indicate that it's an indica as well. Whereas if you get some of those brighter smells from the sativa, the pine sol, being lemon and pine, some of those sweeter smells can still be indica or sativa as well. But just to look at it, generally darker, generally the purples, purple, granddaddy purple, that's a super heavy indica. Blueberry, as blueberry, it's kind of funny because as blueberry, it's kind of a side note, as blueberry has evolved, DJ Short's blueberry, I personally find that DJ Short's blueberry is more of a sativa, and I generally see that it's lighter in color. I don't see a lot of purple coming out of DJ Short's blueberry. So a lot of those blueberries have kind of gone the way of the sativa. So it's kind of interesting to see over time. Blueberry used to be a very common indica that you would get back in the day. But now it seems that it's kind of transitioned over time through breeding into something else. It's kind of interesting how the breeding has taken things different places. And Lily Tiger, I appreciate you joining, and I appreciate you sharing on Twitter. Thank you so much. So we've talked about the origin, we've talked about the generalities, what you might use it for, how the plant structure works. So I hope you guys have gotten some good information out of this. Let's open it up to some more questions. Does anybody have any questions? And today I'm smoking on this Shatter Sticks. Can we see that the right way? Let's do that. Shatter Sticks. These guys are out of California. It's the first time I'm dabbing into this. Albin. What's going on, Albin? Thank you for joining. Just missed a little presentation here on indica versus sativa. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to help answer any questions you might have. Hi. This Shatter Sticks is pretty terpy. Definitely get good flavor out of this. Short Animations. I think I know who that is. Thank you for joining, and thank you for sharing on Twitter. I do appreciate that. So, if you guys are fans of Marijuana 101 information, if you guys want to know about all things cannabis, make sure you're following me on all the social media outlets like Twitter and Massroots and Instagram and Pinterest, all at Big Bear Cannabis, and on Facebook at Big Bear Canna. Crazy Frank, it's the second time that I caught your show from France. Well, hello from France. I appreciate you joining me, France. Do you ever go to Spain and go to some of the cannabis clubs there, or up to Amsterdam and go to some of the cafes? Those are some pretty cool places to check that out. I definitely look forward to the day of being able to go to either Spain or Amsterdam to kind of the hot spots right now in Europe for cannabis. Found old seeds through them in 4 pots. They all came up, I think, blueberry. Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, if you get those sweet berry smells, that tends to be the blueberry. I've got some blueberry diesel right now that I would say is as blueberry diesel as I can imagine a smell being. What I was really excited to find out, why does it have 2 purple stems? Why does two have purple stems? Why do 2 of them have purple stems? So if you got them out of the... Okay, so there's phenotypes, right? When 2 parents have kids, right? The kids aren't always going to be the same, right? So each seed is going to be a little bit different than the other seed. And what you want to do is call phenotype hunting. And basically what you're looking for is you're looking for the strongest plant that has the best characteristics that you like. Pardon me. So if you grow 2 seeds, 2 of them have purple, or you grow 4 seeds, 2 of them have purple stems and then 2 of them don't. That's just the difference in genetics. That's just how the phenotype expressed itself as the plant grew. If you like that purple, then you'd want to clone one of those purple ones and let those other ones die off. So that's how that happens essentially. But if you think about it in the sense of having children, if you have children, all your children don't look the same, right? If you have multiple children, not if you got them from the same. So if you got 4 seeds from the same bag, chances are that, you could have had multiple kinds of pot in there, but chances are that you had just one kind of pot, right? One kind of marijuana, right? So when you take those seeds and you grow them all out, it's the same strain, right? But there's going to be some subtlety differences between them. It's depending upon how that phenotype expresses itself. Meaning, again, using humans as the example, if you have twins, sometimes even identical twins are different in ways, right? But they have their own personalities, and it's really no different with plants. So when you grow out those 4 seeds, 2 of them might be purple, 2 of them might not be, right? So for the 2 that are, that's just how those phenotypes express themselves, right? If a white guy and a black woman have babies together, then some of them might be darker than others. Some of them might look very white. Some of them might look very black, darker skin tone. You know what I mean? When growing weed, do you just use 1 seed per pot? Yes, 1 seed per pot. You don't want, unless you have this massive big pot, but generally speaking, yes, only 1 seed per pot. I hope that answers your question about the different seeds. So I have PTSD with high anxiety, but also have chronic pain. Hybrids. If you have PTSD with high anxiety, I would definitely try to stay away from the sativas. I would definitely stick with the indicas, and that's also going to be best for excellent. That's also going to be best for indicas. So pain and anxiety are both right up indica alley. You really would want to stick to more of those indicas, the Granddaddy Purps, the Death Stars, the Yodas. Those are some great strains. Some Black Domina. Black Domina is like a super, super heavy indica. That is a really good one. My buddy used to grow that, and it's actually starting to become more popular again up in Washington State. I had a buddy that grew that for a number of years. Super heavy indica, like super heavy indica. You're not going to be able to stay up for very long on that for sure. Let's get some more of this. The Shatter Sticks is tasty, super terpy. Is sativa better for depression? Generally speaking, yes. So if you're feeling down and out, you need something to kind of pick you up, right? You want to find a strain that's going to help you feel better about the day and pick you up. Yeah, so that's one of those things where you kind of got to fight the. You want to get something that is a hybrid that won't make you sleep, because of course if you're medicating during the day, then you're going to want something that's going to kind of help keep you up. But going back to that last question, you want to find something that's going to work with you, right? You basically want to try to find, I can sit here and tell you sativa is going to be best, indica is going to be best, but you might find that sativas make you tired, or that indicas make you feel awake. That has to do with body chemistry. And so anything that I'm really telling you here, I'm trying to speak in general terms, but you want to find what's best going to work for you. I would probably recommend a sativa for depression. However, if you're feeling depressed, you want something that's going to kind of pick you up and make you feel better, a sativa is going to be better, generally speaking. Shatter Sticks, here we go. So remember, if you are a fan of 101 information, Marijuana 101, I'm actually working on putting together a little class for Marijuana 101, and it's going to be involving, all different kinds of stuff, from terpenes to cannabinoids to how those all help each other, how the entourage effect works. I'm sorry. I hope that you get some good stuff in France there, Alvin. So make sure to stop by at Big Bear Cannabis. Leave me your email, and I'll make sure that when that Marijuana 101 course comes out. Absolutely, Barney. Take it easy, brother. Have a great night, okay? Thank you for joining me. As always, I'm at Big Bear Cannabis. I'm going to sign off for tonight. You guys take it easy, okay?